You can still hear it mooing. Oh my god. The cow is still alive. Its muscles are still reacting. It's like when you cut off a chicken head and it's still running around. Oh, have you guys seen those videos? Oh my god. Have you seen the video where it's like, where people go to like a hot pot or something and they order frog legs or like a frog or something? And even though the frog has already been skinned and it's like dead and stuff, but like when they dip it in the hot oil, that the legs like react and it like retracts. Oh my god, it's so creepy. It's like that. Hey Will, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you've got time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles. Maintaining my weapon will help improve my focus during a fight and hone my courage. Do you want to hone your weapons with Stroll? Yep, we will. Right, let's have a look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
Look at us, just two bros. How are they not getting like motion sickness, or like, do they not feel like it's hard to focus to like clean their weapons on that? Like, whoa, I'm looking at the screen and I'm trying to focus on like them wiping their weapons, and ooh, even I'm getting not like motion sickness, but I'm like, whoa, I cannot look at that. You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence doesn't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's a utopia, sir. Sadly, we will never achieve that kind of world, I don't think. That's why, one day, I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. And not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I share my plan. Let's hear yours. What do you do when the fight's over? I don't think it matters, right? I'm not sure. I'd like to help you. I want to travel. I feel like this world isn't worth traveling, you know what I mean? It just feels like there's monsters and like shitty people everywhere. Maybe I'll go. I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you with rebuilding. Two bros just hanging out and chilling. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear it, to tell you the truth. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not to leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. That's true. Every captain we've come across always like runs for his life instead of fighting for the people. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for change. Corruption is everywhere. Sadly, corruption is everywhere. We will be the people who will change that. We will be the optimistic heroes. I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree. But seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain. Truly. You've resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission. Yeah, you practically forced us to be your friend. Just two bros stroking it together? Yo, Ray. That was an insane sentence. I can't believe I said that out loud.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know? To act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? I do what I must, I waver sometimes, I just do it ever. Ooh, what would Stroll like to hear? I feel like saying I waver sometimes is pretty honest. I do what I must, but I feel like Stroll has us on a very high pedestal, so maybe he'd want to hear something heroic. Maybe we'll choose the first one. I'm only doing what needs to be done, one step at a time.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't like that as much. Damn it! Easier said than done. I get so fixated on the past, I lose sight of the present sometimes. You always look forward, and that's what I envy about you. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder if it'll end up being after all this.
All right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up. We're done stroking. Caring for my weapon has fortified my will to fight as well as increased my courage. Okay, is my courage gonna go up though? Yeah, let's go.
Courage.
Courage, 'tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, kindle the flame of thy courage to ignite the hearts of thy people.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling with which a follower's passions may be inflamed. I spent some time a stroll honing our weapons. Oh no, we decided to stroke it some more. Let's go.
The party sets off for Martira. As they watch the setting sun,
I like how
over
there's
the
different
horizon,
weather effects in different
their
locations.
gauntlet
That's
runner
pretty cool.
arrives in a land grown thick with trees. The wildlife retreats to safety before the sunlight fades, leaving only deafening silence. The anticipation that follows a journey's beginning swells in their hearts.
Water's Day. It better rain. Oh, we're at camp already. Cool. Oh god. I couldn't figure out what the hell thou was when I played Persona for the first time. Oh, thou? Wait, do they not teach Shakespearean where you're at, Ray? Is that not like not saying like I think you're dumb for not knowing, but it's like, is that not part of like the criteria for literature where you are? Because at least in America, everyone has to learn like Shakespearean at some point in like their English classes, and then that's where you hear like thou, thy, and all that. But I gotta like Shakespearean isn't really as relevant as it used to be, so I guess it makes sense that other countries wouldn't implement it. Random Dale, oh hello, welcome. You sound like me, Crypta. I sound like you? What do you mean? I'm a native Spanish speaker, and that kind of English is not really tired. That makes sense. That's right. You are from. That's right. You're from a Spanish-speaking country. You did mention that. Mabi. Coughing a lot. Oh yeah, I'm coughing because I had an allergic attack because someone brought a dog into work today, and I'm allergic to dogs. So it was not fun. But yeah, coughing a bit. Wait, Random Dell, don't tell me you're sick too. Okay, first Lele is sick, then Sleeping Silk is sick, and now Dale is sick? Why is my whole chat sick? Everyone is sick. What is up with this? I leave you guys for a week and you all get sick. Is this what happens? I went and caught the flu Saturday before last and was down for almost 5 days. What is this? Silk has been bedbound for like a week. Lele just got sick, and he also probably got pink eye, so he's gonna be out for a while too. Stay away from me, sick chatters. This is what happens when I don't stream for a week. I don't stream for a week and everybody gets sick. That means I can't miss stream again for another week, or otherwise you're all gonna get sick again. Maybe it was lack of vitamin Crypta. It probably was. Now it seems like my whole chat has been infested. Wow, crazy. But yeah, me and myself, I'm not sick. I just had an allergy attack earlier, so my coughing is a bit more intense than normal. Wow. What is going on? You're all sick. It's not fun. That means you all can't be here. Hey, have you heard? There's a bath castle on the back deck now. Oh yes, it wouldn't be Japan without a bath somewhere. I've heard enough wine. What is that supposed to be, whining? That's not how we spell whining over here. It looks like it should say whinging. Whinging. I've heard enough whining about not being able to bathe, so I whipped something up. It's not elegant, but it'll do the job. I mean, we have a washroom. Y'all are not happy with a washroom? No doubt it would shake too much use while traveling, but it would be lovely to enjoy a soak when we're stopped.
Speaking of...
I've heard that in certain regions, fruits and grasses are added to bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen... into bathwater to relieve exhaustion and strengthen the body. Wait, whinging? Winging, that's Australian slang for whining? Yeah, like Heisme used the word whining, whinging, whining. And now Neuros is using it. Are they saying they're Australians? Heisme and Neuros are Australians? It's slang for whining? Or maybe that's just the British or European English way of spelling whining? But I've never seen it spelled that way before. But then again, how often do English European people say the words whining? Should you encounter such items, perhaps you ought to consider a purchase. Thanks to us, you can now use the bath cast on the back deck. Take a bath. Not only can you acquire a mag by using it, but you can also add various bath salts to the water to improve your abilities. You know, I'm not really so much of a bath person. I feel like taking a bath is kind of a waste of time. I already hate taking showers because I feel like showering, okay, I'm not stinky, I take my showers, but I just hate taking showers because I just feel like it's like, ugh, I have to spend time freaking washing myself routinely, like when I could be doing something useful. Like, sleeping is a waste of time, eating is a waste of time, taking a shower is a waste of time. You know what I mean? I don't know, yeah. The last time I took a bath was when I got like chicken pox back in like 2014, and I would take like baking soda baths. So I guess that wasn't really a real bath. Also, like, I share the bathtub with people in my household, and some people are not the cleanest when they use the bath. I'll just say that. So I don't trust to be sitting in that bathtub. I do not feel I would be clean if I sat in that bathtub, if you know what I mean. I've only heard from my Australian friends, and Brits always use, oh, they spell it with an E. Wait, isn't that like a rule of English that you're not supposed to put the I, or not the I, the E when you add ing? Isn't that like, isn't that like the whole rule to English when we were learning grammar and stuff growing up? That you can't put the E with the I. Yes? See, the English or the Brits always like to make fun of Americans and the way we spell things, but look at them. They're literally breaking their own rules.
The breeze feels nice.
I'm misspelling? Oh wait, they don't actually pronounce it that way? Or they don't actually spell it that way? We got 3 more days on the road. I can tell you're feeling stronger these days, but it's still too dangerous to go outside at night. No! Let me go! Why is there so much dust in the air? Holy shit. Ooh, that is a lot of stars. Man, too bad we have so much light pollution in modern times that we can't see stars like this. Okay, let me grab this thing. The campfire, Luma B. We are going to cook critical meatballs. Is what has been suggested. So we're gonna go cook stuff. Can't believe I had a nap. Kana, welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. Frozen game? Why does it keep doing that? That's like the 3rd time it's happened already. Jesus. It like freezes for like a couple seconds and then it's okay again. I don't understand. Okay, let me see if I even have the stuff for the meatballs, actually. I do not. I don't even know how to... Oh, wait, I do. Here we go. Critical meatballs. I do have this stuff, right? Perfect. Let's make one. Critical meatballs. Oh, are we going to be chopping up some monster guts for this? Only Hulkenberg knows how to cook that. I'll go call her.
Hail!
Yep, it is a monster part. Look at it. I have considered this topic for quite a while. It is not true that meat tastes better when consumed by the mouthful, rather than via tiny, polite little bites. 'Tis my preferred method. You can... luxuriate? Damn, the words they use in this game. It's not a metaphor stream without some random technical difficulties. It's literally only when I play metaphor. I don't know what is up with this game and why it's cursed me so. The logic behind cutting meat into small pieces eludes me. I prefer only the most restrained application of seasoning as well. 'Tis best to let the ingredients' natural flavors thrive. Why do you talk so weird? If animals must forfeit their lives to sate our hunger, then the least we can do is honor them is to taste the full glory of their sacrifice. It feels like Hulkenberg is like a vegan without being a vegan. If that makes sense. I started preparing food with Hulkenberg, making sure to follow her minimalist methods with the ingredients. Why do white people not like to season their food? We chose prime ingredients on this day. I dare say this meal will be quite exquisite when it is complete.
Good.
A pleasing aroma, is it not? That indescribable acridity belies the dish's death. It's so novel and unique. I've never tasted anything like this, and I may never again.
All
Oh,
right.
poor Will. He looks so traumatized. Look at him. The critical meatballs are complete. An enchanting aroma, is it not? It is not white, it's Scottish Irish, and the answer is who can afford spices? But didn't they literally go to war over spices? They started wars over spices, and they here aren't not even using it in their food. Thanks to speed cooking, I cooked without time passing. They made entire trade routes for spices, and you telling me they still didn't use them? Okay, so we cooked without time passing, so that's great. So let's... Do I actually have any books that I still need to read? I think I read everything, but let me double check. That's the plant. Oh, wait. Hold on. I didn't even see what it was. Okay, New World. Okay, I did finish that. Pride and Persuasion. Oh, we have a new book. Okay, Be Gone Days. Hello. Oh, welcome. TLBG, welcome. It's been a while. How have you been? How's things going? This methodically precise handwriting leads me to believe this is Heismay's. It appears to be a record of his life with his son. I haven't started. Oh my god. He's letting us read this? His whole life story with his son? He's gonna allow us to read this? Heismay left it there. I think it means it's okay to read. I guess that's true. Wow, we're about to read Heismay's diary. Interesting. Yeah, because it wasn't my ancestors with the roots or the money. Literally. If I read this book, I may gain more tolerance. Which we do need that, so I guess I could read this. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Yes. Nowadays, we can just go to the grocery store and boom, we got spices. Crazy. Crazy how things that used to just be like so much of an effort are now just like whatever to us. Like the color purple. The color purple used to be worth so much. And now it's like practically nothing. After they figured out how to make purple dye, purple colors. Like something that used to be worth so much is now so worthless, if you know what I mean. I finished my video on the recap about GDQ's Black in a Flash event. Oh, I remember you talking something about that in the past. I don't remember the details, but I remember you said you were watching a video. True, I know it's crazy how things become like that. Go from expensive to worthless. Through sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. He writes of the day his son took his first steps. The first words his son spoke, a time his son nearly ripped his ears off climbing all over him. I forgot, what happened to the mom? Was the mom and Heismay, were they married or did they have a kid out of wedlock? Or I don't remember the details or if he even mentioned it actually. Of worrying about his son not eating his vegetables, of his son refusing to stop crying at night, of being so exhausted he'd fall asleep in places without realizing it. I see. Being a parent brought him lots of struggles, but even more than that, it brought him joy. Vanilla used to be ludicrously expensive, then a guy managed to manually pollinate it and it became so cheap. See, more things like that. And it's like saying that we don't blink an eye to the color purple. We don't blink an eye to getting vanilla flavoring. We don't blink an eye to being able to get spices on a regular basis. It's crazy. A warmth arises inside of me. I feel like my tolerance has improved.
All right.
Not quite ready for tolerance level 3. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time. How many reads is it? Is it 3 reads until we finish the book?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Let's see, it is now the 18th. Jeez, we're going through things so slow in this game.
That reminds me.
We'll arrive in the Ocean City the day after tomorrow. Hazme, you've erected a tent up above, haven't you? Do take care that you don't get carried off by the wind. Oh, did Stroll kick him out of his bed? I'm confident it will take more than that to pull the tent apart, though I suppose some caution is warranted.
Speaking of,
Worst case scenario, you've got wings. You could just fly back to us, no? That's true, you can fly, buddy. How's Metaphor going? Metaphor is going great. I'm having fun. I do want to, once I finish, Tales of Symphonia, I do want to start grinding on this game a little bit more because Xenoblade Chronicles is coming out next month, and my initial plan was to hopefully be done with Tales of Symphonia by now. Sadly, I am not because I wanted to get back on my redigitized playthrough, but I also promised that I was gonna play Trails in the Sky. But I don't want to like be playing Redigitize and Trails in the Sky and Xenoblade X all at the same time. So I'm trying to figure out what playthrough I want to prioritize after I finish both Tales of Symphonia and Redigitize. I might just put like a poll on my YouTube channel and see what chat thinks, because for sure I am going to be playing Xenoblade when that comes out. I just have to figure out what's going to be the other playthrough that I play alongside. Like, do people want me to bring back my redigitized playthrough, or do people want to see me play Trails in the Sky? One or the other. Because I know for a fact I won't be able to balance 3 JRPGs at once. Like, that's gonna be too much. It has to be 2 at a time. there ain't no way I can balance 3 at once. So I'll have to see. Once I finish Tales of Symphonia and Metaphor, then I hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to finish Metaphor this month, but definitely like early to mid-March for sure, before Xenoblade X comes out. And I'll have to figure out what playthrough I'm gonna have alongside Xenoblade X, that's for sure. My young friend, what did you hear? Yugi are capable of flight. I mean, you have wings, why have them if you're not gonna use them? I hate to disappoint, but they're rather more for gliding. What use is gliding over flying? Why have you not evolved to fly? 2 days will be in Port Brawlhaven. We've really gotten used to all this traveling, don't you think? I guess you could say so. Let's see, it's only the 18th. Let's see. Most people... Yeah, okay. We're gonna cook, because why not? If we can do it for free, why not? Let's make invincible noodles. I already have 2 of these. Benevolent bread. Sure, I guess we'll make it. Alright. Isn't that dish from Heismay's home village? I'll go get him. I see, have I already made this twice, I think? I think I could probably skip this then, since I've already made this twice. Okay, cool. So we got more food. Let's finish reading the book, I guess. Earn some more, like, stat points. At least the good thing about the Gauntlet Runners is that we do actually get a lot of, like, stat stuff. So, if we can't really focus on, like, gaining ranks, then we can at least do this. Bygone days. It's Hazmay's account of Life of the Sun. Okay, time to read it the second time. Read the book. Through sparse and objective, the world still managed to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. This entry describes Hazmay and his son running through fields together on a beautiful sunny day. I can almost hear their carefree cries of laughter. At one point, Hazmay loses sight of his son, only to find he'd climbed a tall tree. Hazmay is mortified, until the boy nimbly jumps down just as his father would have. Aww. I see. Being a parent brought him lots of struggles, but even more than that, it brought him joy. I will say, I do like this little addition of like this diary. I do like how we get to learn more about our party members, through through more than just the main story and like confidant links, because we can only hang out with them 8 times as opposed to 10 in Persona games. So I do kind of like this little addition as like, here's some more like character background lore that you can choose optionally. Same thing with Stroll. Like we have like that other side quest for Stroll that's not particular to his like follower link. So I do kind of like that. Does Hulkenberg have a version of that? I'm not sure. I feel like we know the least about Hulkenberg's background so far. A warmth that rises inside of me. I feel like my tolerance has improved.
All right.
Nice, nice. Still gonna be some time before we get more tolerance. This game ends in October, right? And you're telling me I have to get like 4 ranks of stats by then? Jesus. Alright, there's still more time. There's still more in the book, so it is like 3 times.
Neuros speaking.
Oh, this is Neuros. I've got something on the old girl's radar, so we'll be taking a short stop. Oh, is that another
City
drawing?
ruins come to view.
Uh-oh,
This
there's a
place
pink
once
gauntlet
flourished
runner.
through the
Ooh, who's on that
excavation
one?
of magla crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hardy and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brylehaven.
Oh.
However, the promise of strong magla drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain. And with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
I like this narrator. Does he do any audiobooks? Whoa, the crystals are so pretty. Oh, this is a pretty shot. Why can't we have things like this in our world? Why can't our world look like this? Why can't our world have pretty crystals growing out of the ground? Welcome back, Ray. Tis a truly harrowing sight. Look at all those crystals. Simply coming here is enough to wound the soul. A chill settles into my very bones as I consider that what could have occurred here. Wait, is this supposed to be a bad thing? Oh shit. Wait, this is a bad thing. Whoops. I was out here admiring its beauty and here these crystals were out here causing destruction. Mabby! Something wrong, lad. Did the gauntlet runner get the rest of your stomach again?
No.
Was he reminded of his town and how it was massacred? No, sorry. I was just reminded of something unpleasant.
Everything okay?
Are you okay?
Right.
Yeah. Sorry to cause you any concern. I know what destroyed this village. I have no doubt about it. This is the work of a human. Oh gosh, a human with crystals growing out of them. A witchy human. Indeed, the scars left upon this place differ from the traces left behind by monster attacks or acts of war. Right. I don't know if the magma crystals are what attracted the humans here, or if that's how caused them, but my hometown will eventually... They look like Originium shards from Arknights? I have not played Arknights, so I don't know what that looks like, but that sounds pretty. I'll have to look that up after stream. Stroll. I'll make no assumptions about what runs through your minds, but I'll ask you to recall the time when we cut down the human at the castle and saved all those lives within.
That's why.
Do not allow your thoughts to dwell on negativity. The day will come when both this place and your homeland will flourish once again. My god, Heisma, you are literally just like the best character. Like, you are obviously suffering yourself, but yet you still are like a mental pillar to everyone else. Ugh, my god.
Yeah.
We all need someone like Heisme. Maybe is one of those rock obsessed girls. The rock. I was about to say, I kind of am rock obsessed. I'm not like a crystal girly, but did I mention how I used to be like super obsessed with geology when I was younger, and I almost like went and decided to study like geology in college. Because I love rock. I love igneous rocks. I love I can't even speak. I love metamorphic rocks. I love sedimentary rocks. Metamorphic rocks. Sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks. I love rocks. I love tectonic plates. I love the ground. I love geology. Sorry for dozing on, so I always forget how relaxing the streams can be. Oh, no worries, Kana. Don't worry, don't worry. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. My streams are relaxing for you, despite the fact I don't really feel like I'm a very relaxing person. I feel like I'm very high energy intense sometimes. They're black crystals that grow out of the ground in areas caused by massive disasters. Ooh. So kind of like when we have earthquakes, basically. And then the tectonic plates shift, but more intense. So I remember your obsession on rocks. Yes. I love geology. I literally any general ed credit that I needed in college, I've made sure I filled it up with geology. I think I took like 4 geology classes in college because of that, to fill all of my like general requirements. Yes, I suppose you're right. And as much as I would have loved to go into a geology field, let's be honest, there aren't a lot of geology jobs out there, so that's why I didn't choose to study geology, because there's like no jobs out there for it. But it would have been nice. It would have been nice. I feel like coming face to face with the cruel decline of the village has deepened my wisdom in its own way. When I was little, I think I might have told this story, but my dad used to take my brother and I to like the science area. And in the gift shop, they would always like sell like little rocks and stuff that you can like choose what rocks you wanted. And you can put them in like little velvet baggies. And I remember every time we went, my dad would always buy me like a little baggie of rocks. I had so many of those rocks. I think I still have like a couple. Some that haven't gotten lost in like cleaning out the house over the years. So I still have like maybe like 1 or 2 of those rocks from back then. But I used to have so many. Like I had like a whole box full of those rocks. That's basically where it started. When my dad would take me to like the science center, and then that magic school bus game that I used to own that like was basically all about geology. That's where it all started. So recently my country had a few natural disasters, however, due to the tectonic plate shifting, even a place like my home is a little sideways. Yeah, like lately the earth has been weird. Let's just say that. There's been a lot of like landscape changes where I live as well. It's a bit crazy.
All right.
Oh, we got 4 wisdom from that. Let's go.
Hey!
Ugh, my stomach sends notice that our next meal is overdue. Why don't we head back? So, I guess Neuros can read the room when he wants to, huh? So, let's put this place behind us.
Here.
By the by, I made another drawing. This picture will bring viewers no joy, but it is an important sight to document nonetheless. Oh, we can give that to Maria. Because Haizame is best furry character. I guess he is technically a furry if you think about it. I'll take the drawing with me to ensure I never forget what happened here. Man, I wanted this to... I was out here admiring this place, and these guys are all depressed and stuff, and I'm over here talking about my love for rocks.
The glow of the gauntlet runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
The day after tomorrow will be in a real maritime city. I bet we'll be able to see the ocean soon. First time for both of us. I feel like that this ocean town is gonna be even more corrupted than everything else. You know, for a second I couldn't like register the fact that was Haizame. I was like, what is this thing? Like, that's just placed right here. Oh, it's freaking Haizame. I think Haizame would look good with a silly little hat. I think we should give him a fedora. I think we should give him a fedora. And then he'd be like a little neckbeard type of guy. I mean, rocks are a top priority in the conversation scene. Exactly. Rocks. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna cook because we can. Let me see. What ingredients do we have? I guess I probably should have stopped by and grabbed some ingredients before we freaking left for the gauntlet runner. Here we go. What can I make? Where do I get monster bone from? Let's see, magical bread, moth. Gradually recover MP walking dish for 60 seconds? Dang. Beetle meat, or sugar, rock beans, red grass. I guess we can make this. Why not? And then we can skip it because we've already cooked with Hulkenberg. Meanwhile, PA is as stable as it always is. If I want the geology to change, I have to manually change it. You gotta do the terraforming. Is that what they call it? Crypta rock stream when? Probably never, because I don't own as many rocks as I used to. I only own like a couple. Yeah, just have a stream of me teaching you guys geology. That would be funny. Professor Crypta teaching geology. Have her own like crash course of learning geology. This is how an earthquake happens. And this is the ring of fire. If you live within the ring of fire, you're probably experiencing a bunch of earthquakes. Terraforming, yeah. Terraforming sounds like a lot of work. Like, you literally have to scrape through like hills and stuff. And which is already like a lot. I know they don't even really bother. Some areas don't even really bother terraforming just because of how much work it is. Like, if you live somewhere where there's a lot of hills, you're limited to the space of what you can build because there's so many hills. And even if you do terraform, it's a lot of effort and a lot of money that it may not even be worth it. You may not even have all the resources. Let's finish reading the book. I think 3 reads is good. Oh, you know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't saved. I haven't saved in a hot second. Good thing I live somewhere where there are no natural disasters. Lucky duck. That's for sure. Or you can fail? What do you mean fail? Alright, let's gain some tolerance. Reading is patience. Through sparse and objective, the words still manage to vividly depict the endearing qualities of a small child. He recalls a time his son came to him in tears, upset he couldn't sing a certain song well. They ended up singing other songs together through the night until falling asleep. Oh, that's cute. The next morning, Haizme awoke to his son, eyes still swollen from crying the night before, singing the song he'd been trying to learn. A birthday song for his father. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I see. Being a parent brought him lots of struggles. Oh wait, she just says that every single time.
All right.
Haizme! Why did his son have to die so brutally, man? With that, I finished the book. I feel like my understanding of the world has deepened, and I'm depressed now. We're still not at tolerance level 3. There was a dollar store near me that was built on a hillside. Front half on stone, back half of 50 odd feet of fill. Oh my gosh. I was driving somewhere over the weekend to my best friend's house, and on the way to her house, I passed by like these really tall hills. Like, I wouldn't really call them mountains, but like the freeway I was in was kind of like in these really tall hills. And as I'm driving along the freeway, there was this house that was literally built on the side of like this really steep hill. It was like basically just like hanging off the hill. And I was like, people really want to live like that? With their house not attached at the bottom, but attached on the side? Like, that was, like, I know, I've always seen those type of houses, and I know that they exist, but, like, thinking of how whack like natural disasters have been lately, I was like, people still want to live in those type of houses? Houses that are just attached to the side, not at the bottom. Those sort of houses give me goosebumps. I know, I feel like I'd be afraid to like jump in my house. You know what I mean? I feel like gravity would constantly be pulling the house down over time, and eventually it would all just collapse. They had to move 10 years later when the fill shifted and shopping carts moved to the back of the store on their own if let go. Oh, so it was tilting that much that the gravity was just pulling everything? There are a lot of those around here, yeah. Like, I see them every now and then, and every time I see them, I'm just like, ugh, it's just freaky. Like, you just look out the window and all you see is everything below you. You know what I mean? Like, living in the hills is normal, but if it's done wrongly, it could give a sense of fear. Like, I'm sure, like, they built that house fine enough. If people would actually buy it, and if it's on the market, I'm sure they built it in a safe way, you would hope, but you could probably trust the house, but you probably can't trust the landscape over many, many years.
Time marches on.
Like,
The
leaving the
age
house
of a
normal,
new
but it's
king
really
draws
gives sense of fear.
nearer.
Yeah, I don't think I have a fear of heights, but I think I have a fear of things like collapsing while I'm in when I'm in height, if that makes sense. Or is that basically fear of heights? No, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I would, if I was in like a skyscraper, I would be a little bit fearful just because it's not something I'm used to. But instead of thinking like I'm gonna fall, I'd be thinking like, what if the building collapses? Like, that's probably what would be running through my head, rather than I'm gonna fall, like what if this building just gives out? Does that count as fear of heights? Most houses around here have a 1-story difference between the sides. Oh, interesting. Ah, the salty yet strangely refreshing aroma of seawater is already upon us. At this rate, we should reach Brilhaven by tomorrow. Seawater? I thought so. The air feels a lot more clammy, so I assume that's what it was. And so we put the forest behind us, at long last. That must mean that we've already ventured beyond where that cliff collapsed, bearing passage.
I see.
I think it counts as a fear of heights? Oh, okay. Interesting. Because like when we're in like an airplane, I'm fine. Like I don't have like when we're in the air in an airplane, I don't like fear like the height of it, if that makes sense. But I think it's like if I'm exposed like out and about, I guess, on a tower or skyscraper. Like I feel like I would do bungee jumping, if that makes sense. I feel like I would be down to go bungee jumping, but for some reason, if I'm just like in a tower or a tall building or a skyscraper, all I'm gonna be thinking is, what if this building collapses? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. So maybe it's not a fear of heights, because I would go bungee jumping. Skydiving, I don't know about that, but 'twas seemed it was fixed without a trace of its ruin. And speaking of ruin near us, do remember that we are relying on you for safe passage the rest of the way. It doesn't help that steel buildings shift in unnerving ways. We need to build our buildings more like the Japanese, but for some reason we're not allowed to.
That reminds
Tomorrow
me.
we're seeing the ocean. 3 days worth of ocean. Man, they're all so excited to see the beach just for them. Personally, me, I don't like beaches. I think they're disgusting. But at least, you know, our party members, they're traveling 3 days to see a very disappointing beach. Nira said the waters around Brilhaven are kind of strange. I'm curious what he meant by that. They're dirty. They're probably dirty as heck.